Hello and greetings, everyone. Now, I was asked yesterday about sort of, different gods from different areas. Are the Slav gods the same as the Norse gods? Are the English the same as the Germanic? Um, Most of Northern European followed the same gods. The Swiss might have called them by slightly different names than the Danes. Um, the Celts might have called them slightly different from the Saxons. And the Norwegians probably called it different from the Rus. But all in all followed the same gods. Um, we had a lead god, going by a lot of different names. Most of the time, people believe that Odin was the main god, but there is others that believe other things. But when it comes down to it, it's the teachings and morals that's important, not what a god's called. I go by many different names. I go by Brae, which that was my heathen name. I go by my family name. When I was in the MC world, I went by a different nickname. And all these things are all different to all different people. But I'm all the same person. To my children, I'm one thing. To workmates, I'm another thing. To my grandparents, I'm another thing. To my partner, I'm someone else. But I am the same person. It's the same as what you look for in the gods. Now, personally, I follow Tia and Air, mainly because I'm a big believer in justice, and to me, Tia signifies that. Air, because I suffer from a lot of illnesses, and I'm overcoming nearly all of them, and a lot of them is with Air's help. Still follow the All Fathers. Odin is the head, the accepted head of the religion. I follow all the gods. I don't discount any. The Juntans, I also follow them. They're the wild gods. It wasn't just the Isar and the Vanir. You had the giants as well. I follow them all. They've all got the part in our faith. And I think that is important. So when you get a connection to one of the gods, the connection is normally there for a reason. Try and follow that connection. Study that connection. There's always a reason behind it. You know, we don't pick the gods to follow. We don't sit down one day and say, "Oh, I think I'll follow Thor. Or I think I'll follow Loki." It doesn't work like that. We have a connection to the certain gods. The gods choose us as much as we choose them. It's that simple. The path you're on, you've got Asatru, Odinists, Umerian. You get people who don't like to be called by anything like that. I follow the gods. In the UK, we use the name Odinist, so that's why I use the name Odinist. But we all follow the same gods. That's why a lot of people of our faith just get called heathen, because they don't want to be put in the brackets of Asatru or Odinist. They just want to follow the gods. And for them, the best way to do it is just to be called heathens. Again, we're all the same people, no matter what we call our religion. So it's the same with the gods. Remember, Thor was known by different names. Thor was known by different names to different people. To the Slavs, he was known as something else. To the Saxons, he may have been known by a different name. The Swedes probably called him a different name. I've heard them called Thor, Tor, lots of different things, all variations of the same thing, all speaking a Germanic language. The French, the Germans, even the Scandinavian language is all part of the same Northern European language. That's why we find a lot of words very similar. And I think what I'm trying to say is just because something's called something different, it doesn't mean to say it is different. So you feel a connection to one of the gods, then follow that connection. Go with it. That God's reaching out to you. And he's putting a connection there for you to follow. If you choose to follow or not, that's up to you. And as I always say, don't believe everything you read in books, because a lot of books will tell you one thing. Like one of the books I've read a long, long time ago, it says that Tia was at one time the main god, which a lot of people do believe that. And then when you get people like Snorri wrote the Eddas and Habermal and that, he followed Odin, so he put Odin forward as the main god. Now, that's all accepted, that's all, it's all been written down all over. There's some people believe one way, some people believe the other, and the majority believe Odin. But some people claim that Tyr is Thor's brother. Some claim that Tyr's a giant. I know his stepfather was a giant. But remember, these are just stories that I wrote down. We don't always have to take them at face value. So read what you can, study what you can, and try and connect with the gods. The gods will point you in the right direction. They always have with me. They've never took me wrong way. So trust in how you feel. Trust in how you are. Try and sit down and concentrate. Think of the gods. Try not to think of any one god. Try and think one of the sagas. And you'll find the god will come to you. I got put off there because someone cycling past talked about a bacon sandwich and I haven't had one in ages. Yeah. Okay then. If you go around the world as well, you'll see a lot of the Greek gods are known as the same as the Roman gods. They all have roughly the same attributes, and people say they must be connected, but I don't believe that. I believe the Norse god of war is different from the Greek god of war, Egyptian god of war, Hindu god of war. The Norse god of fertility, I believe, is different from the Greek. Sorry, the Norse goddess of fertility is different from the Greek goddess of fertility, is different from the Egyptian goddess of fertility, is different from all the gods of fertility. They're not the same gods under different names. Our gods evolved in the northern lands where it's mountainous, very dense woodland. And you've got the Egyptian gods, there was all desert. They've got to be completely different gods because they see different things as importance. Anyway, I'm not saying that any of their gods are worse than ours, or any of our gods are better than theirs. Just we'll follow what gods will follow. Okay then. Catch us all later. He'll tear. He'll hear the old father. Toodles.